Edward Billy Meyer was told by his childhood extraterrestrial teacher, Sfath, that the greatest problem of Earth humanity is its ignorance regarding the creation and its laws and directives. As far as I understand it, the creational laws and directives are laws and directives of which we become aware the more we explore the teachings of the Spirit. Naturally O.M., the Book of Truth, produced by Billy Meyer with Ishwishpatha, contains extensive teaching to help us understand this. But, as a guide, and in the meantime while some of us endeavor to learn German, it is helpful to hear what some of these laws are, according to Meyer and the Plierin. And how is a creational law different to a creational directive? Guido Moosbrugger has a helpful and clear explanation from Billy Meyer in his English version of And Still They Fly. Also in Figus an interview with a UFO contactee. For instance, one of the most significant laws states that the errors humans commit should not be condemned, because only by committing errors can humans evolve. Hence, humans can learn from the mistakes they make. After committing mistakes, they will eventually recognize this fact, reflect on them, and remedy their errors. And, as a rule, they will become more knowledgeable and will refrain from making the same mistakes again, at least not in the identical ways, and thus they make progress. This also signifies that humans must thoroughly reflect on all matters so as to recognize where they are prone to making mistakes and to gather new knowledge, which will lead them to success and advancement. Success and advancement will be achieved by pensive thought, and this is another important creational natural law without which any evolution is impossible. A law, therefore, is an established and irrevocable rule which, when implemented and followed, prevents the life form from experiencing harm of any kind. A directive, by contrast, is a mere recommendation which guides the person in a specific direction where some initiative should be taken or disregarded and, as a consequence, something good or bad, respectively something positive or negative, will occur. The following recommendations represent such creational natural directives. You shall not kill in depravity. You shall not violate your covenant with creation. You shall not steal or expropriate from others. You shall not blaspheme the truth, and so forth. The following lines are from the book Erhat Athersade, written down 1975 by Edward Meyer, as directed by the we form known by the Sanskrit name Arhat Athersade, which means the precious one who contemplates the times. O.M. says that the unjust and unknowing invent rivals for creation, which are gods and idols and the like, and that are also a single god or a single idol. They falsely attribute sons and daughters, angels and saints to creation. Hence they do the same with their god or idols or with their myriad of gods, idols and the like. But the creation is holy and is raised above all lies and inventions, and its laws and directives and their sevenfold order are also holy and exalted. This teaching tells us that creation can have no rival. A human being named God cannot be on a par with creation. O.M. says that creation is the creation, and is the highest authority. It stands in immeasurable size and completeness over all its creations, which are creations of the creation and that are humans and animals and plants of all kind, and worlds and suns, galaxies, space and time, light and darkness, and all other hosts of life that exist of every kind. The creation is without gender, and it is neither man nor woman, neither chaste nor unchaste. It is neither space nor non-space, neither time or beyond time, because the creation is truthfully spirit, and spirit power, and light, and it is truly pure spirit energy in conscious form. We can look to and recognize signs of creation so that they can help and guide us in leading the right life. The prophet says that the signs of creation are laid out to the last detail for all hosts of life and the people, so that they recognize and adhere to them and take them as help towards the right kind of life. In the same way the human also looks at the stars in the heaven as help to maintain his direction in the darkness on the land, or in the rolling waters of the ocean, or in the air above the earth and in the airless space of outer space. And the signs of creation are laid out to the last detail and given to all hosts of life and the people so that the human recognizes and follows the truth, and is obedient to the laws and directives of creation and is knowledgeable, wise, attentive and reverential. If we look at the blooms and fruit of plants, bushes and trees, if they bring forth their blooms and fruit, and as they ripen and bring new seeds, we can recognize in them the signs of the infinite love of the creation and the knowledge, the truth, the wisdom and the patience, that there, altogether, are discernible and are anchored in the laws and directives, and in the sevenfold order of creation. In O.M. Canon 38 the Ishwish instructs the prophet to go forth and teach the people and speak to them, and tell them that the laws and directives of nature are the laws and directives of the creation. The smallest flower which the human puts to his breast would never bloom in a garden bed or between the grasses of the fields without the effect of creation, which is in unison with the most distant worlds. Yet oh, how very few people of the earth suspect or know this. In the imagination of many earth humans the circle of all powers is restricted on a tiny circumference. They erroneously believe that all that happens on earth only has its effect on earth, and only on earth. They do not see all the countless world bodies that are entirely or manifold greater than the earth's sphere, but which only shimmer as small stars out of the depths of the universes. And all these stars appear to them, at the most only to be a beautification of the night. The human is inattentive to the fact that he, the human, and the earth, can also only live through the existence of those countless stars. O.M. tells us that all the signs of creation are only visible and recognizable to any who are truly knowing and righteous, or to any who are honestly going on the way to knowledge, and to righteousness and to truth, and who are far from any belief. Belief is only ignorant acceptance. Only knowing truth secures in itself true truth and truthful knowledge. Arhat Athersada delivers straightforward, blunt advice, as does the prophet, often in the form of stern warnings. This following section from the book Arhat Athersada has also been included in English in the FIGU booklet Life in Spiritual and Physical. Truly, it is in the interest of every human being to strive for, and attain, spiritual and conscious expansion and depth, in order to revise his present concept of life. It is a concept of life which had followed purely materialistic and unreal paths of faith as its course and, as a consequence, propelled the truth of the Spirit into severe damnation. A reversal, however, will not be easy, because its path is overgrown with vines and thorns. Concerning the most crucial truths, frequently opposite directions have to be taken, because man must learn that through the existence of his creative spirit, he possesses for all duration of time an immortal part, namely the spirit to spirit that works together with the creative role. Man does not play a servile role as it has been stated by cults,